Hello everybody and welcome back to Arizona Adventure Park in our Safari Zone. I guess the last 3 episodes have been a little bit boring for some of you because we didn't add a new animal in the zoo for 3 weeks now. So be excited because this is going to change today. We are going to put in our first animal, which is going to be the flamingo. We're building a flamingo aviary, a little bit in the style of the hippodome that I also built in the zoo, but but still a little bit different. So just be excited and have a look what I have done here. First of all, I was going to start with the mesh fence pieces and start to build the actual aviary, because one part of the habitat is not really an aviary, but more like a glass dome once again. But some part of the outside habitat is going to be an aviary, and this is what I am going to build right here. And it's also going to be a little bit like a dome, I might say, but with mesh fence pieces. It took me quite a while to come up with this building. I wanted to have the flamingos in the safari zone, and I wanted to integrate the habitat with the lake that we have here. So I built something and built a nice small habitat for the flamingos close to the lake, and also built a house and put the animals in, and everything was nice and was okay, but in the end, it was a completely different style than everything that we had built in the zoo. It looked a little bit more classical and old school, and I was not happy with how it turned out. So once again, I decided to delete the whole thing and build it anew, and that's what is going to happen here right now. It was a little bit difficult to build the aviary because some of the pieces did not act like I wanted them to act. They were a little bit nasty to me, to be fair. To be honest, they were not fair. But in the end, it all worked out in some kind of way. And I'm pretty happy with how the whole thing looks, and I'm just excited for the next steps in the zoo, because I just don't know where we are going from here right now. I'm not pretty sure what I'm going to build in the next episode, for example. So maybe if you have any suggestions on what animal you want to see for the next part of this safari zone, just let me know in the comment section, and I will be happy to build that. As you can see, I didn't cut the part here out because I wanted you to see again how a bubble is built. You all know how to build a dome, but I thought it would be very nice for you guys to see again how a bubble is built. So if you didn't see it when I was building the hippodome, or you didn't see the classroom episode where I was showing you how it is done, so here you can see once again how you actually build not just a dome but a bubble or a ball. In this case, it would be more like a ball and not a bubble, because it is mesh fence and concrete. And here we have a nice shaped ball. You can use these balls. They are very versatile, I might say. So you can sink it into the ground and have half a ball or some kind of a dome. And you could also yeah, set it up a little bit more and have more like a bubble shape or whatever you want it to be. Once again, I decided to copy the whole thing because you never know when you might use it again. So I did copy the mesh fence ball, and I also copied the glass bubble, because I said in the beginning when I was building the Hippodome, just copy it or save it as a blueprint or something like that, because you might never know when you need the whole thing again. And yeah, here we actually had use for it. So here I'm trying to connect it in some kind of way that it would fit the glass dome. And I also thought I had to do something with these plaster pieces here to give it a little bit more of support, because we have these metal beams in between that are like floating, and in reality that would not hold up, so the whole thing might collapse. So I thought it would be very useful to put down these plaster pieces to give the whole thing a little bit more of yeah, of support. I don't know if it makes more sense now that I have put these things down, but yeah, I think so. And it was really a struggle to connect the whole thing to the glass dome. I thought it would be easier to do that with using the plaster pieces and to have it look nice and clean and whatsoever. But yeah, it was pretty challenging, and I had to think about yeah, some alternatives to make it make sense and make it look good, and yeah, at least to make it look clean. What was the most important thing to me, because I always say that I am a little bit of a messy builder, because sometimes when things don't work out the way that I want them to be, I just say, oh my god, just let it go and leave it that way. Nobody will see that. Yeah, but usually I want things to look clean and nice, and to work the way that I want them to work. Yeah, so I had to delete the part of the aviary on the inside, and here's the part now where I was trying to make a connection to the glass dome that would make sense, and I decided to do it like this here, which reminds me a little bit of yeah, of a Caprio roof. Do you say Caprio in English? I don't know if it is the correct word, but yeah, that was the thing that it reminded me of. And in the end, I thought it looked pretty nice. It's a little bit different from everything that we have done so far, and yeah, for that reason alone, it is a great thing, I guess. And it also gives the birds a little bit of shade on the outside, so win-win for everybody, I guess. Oh, and now I see it. It looks like the helmet of a biker. So if you go around with your motorbike and you wear a helmet, it just looks like this. Oh my god, why didn't I see that? Okay, just putting down some more plaster pieces to give it a little bit more realism and a little bit more supports on the sides so that the connection to the glass dome looks a little bit more realistic now. Not as clean as I wanted it to be, but I think in the end it looks okay. Yeah, and this was a problem. Yeah, first thing, you have to have water in the lake before you put down your path. Because when you put down the path and you put the water in later, you have the problem that you can't put in the water on the same level that you had before. So that was the first problem. The next problem that I had with this build, which almost made me delete the whole thing and throw something against the wall, was when I was trying to put the barrier for the habitat down. I had the problem on the side of the lake that it was too deep and I couldn't put down the barriers. It just was impossible. I couldn't put it down underwater. So what I had to do, and you might see that in a few minutes, what I had to do was I had to delete the water, as I already had put down the path and decoration and everything. I had to delete the water. And do some terrain work around the glass bubble to put down the habitat barriers. So I did that, but I had the problem then putting back in the water. I couldn't put it back in on the level that I had it before. So the water level was a little bit deeper and it just looked awkward. And yeah, it just wasn't right anymore. And so I ended up deleting the path again and putting back in the water on the same level that it was before, and then trying to put in the path on the exact same place that I had it before, so that everything that I built so far did make sense and fit again. And it was almost impossible. But you'll see that in a few minutes, and yeah, that was very, very annoying. Okay, but let's talk about some other stuff while you see me building here. First of all, finally, we got an announcement for the new update that is coming on April 12th, which is pretty great, and to be honest, not too much excited about the stuff in the update. Besides of this hot spring possibility that we can build now for Japanese macaques, and pretty sure for some kind of animal that is going to be in the DLC that is coming along with the update. But the rest of the stuff, don't know about that. But I'm sure there's very much great stuff in the update as well. What I'm really excited about is the small burrows that we are going to get for the meerkats and for the prairie dogs. So that is some cool stuff. Okay, but we still don't know anything about the update. This might change every day from now on, but I guess it. Sorry, but I guess we will only know just a week or so before the update will be released, because that was the case in all the last updates. So I'm very excited what it's going to be. I still think it's going to be an Amazon pack or some some South America animal pack with capybara, coati, sloth, spectacled bear, great rhea, and squirrel monkey and something like that. But just we have to wait and see. I'm very excited for that, and I hope that I can use a lot of these animals to bring here in Arizona Adventure Park. With that being said, some of you might have seen it on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook already. There's a new project on my channel that is going to be released this week. That will be the Dunes of Hope. Dunes of Hope is an idea I came up with a week ago or so. I was thinking about as we are building here in the desert environment. I wanted to build something in the Arctic environment, because that has a lot of new challenges for me. And so I came up with a little background story to the Dunes of Hope. So I was thinking about some kind of an apocalyptical world where most of the natural habitats of the animals have been destroyed. There's no more rainforests. African savanna has completely dried out. Animals are not able to live in this world anymore without the help of human beings. So some scientists came up with the Dunes of Hope Center, which is a huge science center in the Antarctic, where they have collected the animals that have been left on Earth, so that they can do some conservation work and breed the animals there. And when we found maybe another place to live, or when we did have the chance to rescue Earth and secure or rebuild Earth, then it would be possible to bring those animals back in their natural environments. So this is the story behind it. The thing that is going to be the most challenging of it all is just because it is in the Antarctic environment. It's not going to be possible to keep the animals in on the outside, because it's way too cold for most of them. So all of the habitats have to be indoor habitats. So we are going to build huge huge buildings and halls for the animals, and I'm very excited for this, because I'm thinking about a very futuristic theme for the whole thing, and very much metal and glass and yeah, something like that. So I'm very excited for this. Not quite sure if there's going to be a new episode every week for the new series, but yeah, because it's very time consuming and I have to go in very much detail for that. But yeah, we'll see. So going back to this, you can now see what I was talking about. I had the problem that I couldn't put down the barrier. So yeah, the only way to make this work was delete the water and yeah, make some terrain work and build the path anew. And yeah, this was so annoying. But in the end, it worked out. And what I also didn't tell you, but you could see, is just because I don't like the flamingo swimming, I put down a lot of rocks on the ground on a level where the flamingos would be able to walk in the water and not to swim in there. So that is a little trick that you could also use to prevent your animals from swimming, but providing them still a lot of water in their habitat. And here you can see the problem that I had. I had to redo some of the work with the fences here because it just was not possible to put the path down the exact same way that I had it before. We also have this gap in the middle of the path here, which I closed with the mulch pieces and yeah, and put a tree in the middle of it. So yeah. It wasn't as I wished it was, and it's not that beautiful anymore that it was in the beginning, but in the end, yeah, it's still pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, putting back the benches again. I chose some different ones this time. And as you can see, now I was able to put in the barriers. A little bit more decoration, or yeah, just putting down the doors. And now we are almost finished. I was thinking about also placing doors for the visitors that are entering the dome. Not quite sure if I'm going to do this in the future, because it also would make sense to just leave it open. Because it is not the case that it is very cold outside and you have to keep the warmth inside of the dome. And I also think because it is made of glass, it would also be quite proper if you leave it a little bit more open so that you that the air can circulate a little bit at least, and it's not going to be a steam room in there, and yeah, the birds get cooked. Yeah, just some decoration or some plant life for the outdoor areas here. And I think it looks pretty cool, pretty nice. And it's a pretty nice and a huge habitat as well for something as simple like a flamingo. And on the inside I had to make some adjustments. You see, the animals can go everywhere, but our keepers are not able to reach the feeding point for the flamingos, so I had to put down some more of these flat rocks and build something like a bridge for the keepers, so they could actually walk over there and reach the food trough. Which I was not quite sure, because the whole thing was was selected in yellow, and I didn't know what that means. Does it mean that the keeper can't reach it? Has it to be blue, or what's wrong with it? So I decided to put down a normal food trough in the middle of the island, just to see what color it would have, because I was quite sure that the keeper could definitely reach it. And I saw that it also was yellow. By the way, I hope it is yellow and it is not green or orange or something like that. You know, I'm colorblind, so I'm sorry if I said it was the wrong color. So yeah, in the end, it all worked out. And that is also the end of the video. The birds are in the aviary. I'm quite happy with it, and I hope you guys do like it as well. If you do so, just leave a like at the video, leave a comment if you have some suggestions what I could make better or what you want to see in the future, and also subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any further episodes. Thanks for watching, hope to see you guys in the next video as well, and see you soon. Bye!